Just in case I forget. Thank you to our friends on Zoom also. I would love to welcome our current moms. All of you are current moms. I'd love to welcome you all here, and especially big welcome to our new John moms. So great to see so many smiling faces. We have a lot of great speakers here tonight with a lot of good information. I promise to keep this to an hour. So thank you all so much for coming. And can we give a big cheers to meeting in person again? Yes, cheers, thank you. Okay, so I'm going to begin with an opening prayer in remembrance of Mr. Charles Donovan, the beloved science teacher and coach of Loyola's nationally recognized speech and debate team. His life touched so many people on this campus, and he will truly be missed. Today, also, the wife of Mr. John Wheaton-Camp, Mrs. Ellen Wheaton-Camp, passed away, so we would like to remember her as well. And usually Father Steger joins us for these meetings, and he was very sorry to not be able to make it here in person, so he nicely sent along this prayer. Into your hands, gentle Father, we place our prayers for our departed friend. In your mercy, forgive his sins and bring him into the joy of your heavenly kingdom, where the sorrows and pain of this life are no more, and the fullness of your joy reigns forever. Pour out your Holy Spirit's comfort upon all who grieve his passing, and fill them with Christ's peace to sustain them through these difficult days. Strengthen the hope you have planted in your hearts, that we might be salt and light for one another and for all who struggle along this pilgrim way to our heavenly home. Amen. Okay, first I would like to welcome Mr. Day. Thank you for coming. We're going to let you give your remarks, and then I'll get back to introducing our board.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Sure thing. Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. I just have a few things to share with you, really just words of welcome, and then I am going to excuse myself. So I don't want you to think I'm sneaking out. I'm telling you that I'll be leaving. And so these guys too. I'll speak for them as well. So this year marks Loyola's 170th year in existence, which is it's an incredible milestone. I mean, schools don't typically celebrate 170 years. It's usually the 175th that most schools will celebrate. But 170 years is a pretty good run, I'll say that. So we're incredibly excited to be welcoming the boys back for this big year. But perhaps more importantly than that is the fact that this is the first time, I don't have to tell you this, but this is the first time that we are together as a full community since March 13th, 2020. Yeah. Okay. I was telling when we met with the students for orientation, just to sort of create some context around how long that really has been for the sophomores, because that year I was teaching a sophomore class. They're now seniors, have not been together as a class in any meaningful way or authentic way since March 13th of their sophomore year. So one of the things I said, senior moms, is that, now that you're, much more mature and well prepared than your senior year, and then you can fill in the blanks. But they are for sure. The seniors, all the boys ready to roll. The seniors are in a really, really great place. We're very excited to have them back. The beginning of this new year has been incredibly life-giving for all of us. In my 30 years in Jesuit education, I don't think I've ever had a better start than we've had this year. There is something to say about how absence certainly makes the heart grow fonder, to coin a phrase, but it really does. I think it truly has happened this year. The boys have brought so much joy back into our lives, so much renewed energy, and even for those of us that have been at this a long time, this year we feel fresh and ready to take on the world. Thanks for your patience. I have to say that as well. Thanks for your patience. For those of you that have been with us for a few years, I say thank you for your patience over the past few years as we've navigated these very unusual times and these unpredictable times. You've been incredibly patient with us, and that really has has allowed us to do the best that we could in taking care of your boys and in educating your boys. And I will thank you all in advance for your patience as we move into this year. Our goal remains to keep the boys 100% on campus and 100% in person. I mean, that is our ultimate goal. We will do our part to ensure that that happens. We all have to do our part as well. This is what I told the boys. You already know all this, but I told the boys that the key to this is you got to keep your masks on inside. That's the key. That is the ultimate key of keeping us here. I don't want to wear it either, you know, but it is the reality outside. Well, you can see they're spending a lot of time outside, right? Which is fine, which is great. And so we ordered, I think, 150 or something new Adirondack chairs that are making their way all over campus, which is wonderful. So we want them to be outside. Now, when the weather turns, the same thing like things were last year. They'll still be hanging outside, just dressed warmly. So, but anyway, that's our goal, and we've just got to work together to ensure that happens. So St. Ignatius Hall, as you are all well aware, welcomed its first dons a few short weeks ago, and then last night was middle school walkthrough with Mr. O'Hara and his team. I heard that went incredibly well. We're very excited to be able to introduce such a wonderful building to this campus and to provide just an enhanced learning environment for both our middle school dons and our high school dons, since it is a shared space. Well, we've all been in it. John lives there, but Brian and I have been bouncing in and out of there quite a bit. And it's really exciting to see in the learning commons, the 8th graders in particular, and our high school students sort of existing in the same space. That's a great image to see, and our high school boys are wonderful role models, and a lot of intense chess games going on in that learning commons. So the Bolt Bresci athletic field, I don't know if you've had the opportunity or the chance to go to the back of campus behind that hall. That's well underway. They've more than broken ground on that facility back there in that complex. We are behind schedule. I think, as you're probably well aware, we were slated to be, that project was scheduled to be completed by mid-September. We had some challenges getting the one final permit over the summer. We got it 2 months late, meaning we were 2 months behind. 2 months delayed. And so the complex should be complete by mid-November. So keep your fingers crossed. We need good weather, of course, in order to get that project done. But I'm confident that spring sports will be playing on those new facilities, and that all the students will have the opportunity to take advantage of it, certainly come the springtime. I'd like to say something just very briefly, just as my closing here, something about Loyola's sponsorship agreement with the Society of Jesus. So every 5 years, Jesuit schools throughout the country enter into what's known as the Jesuit Sponsorship Review. The process includes a self-study, and it also includes a campus visit by a group of Jesuit educators from throughout the country. In our case, those visitors represent the province, the East Coast province of the Society of Jesus, high school educators, and because we have middle school educators as well. The goal of the review and the ultimate approval from the Society of Jesus is to measure Loyola's success in carrying out its mission as a Jesuit-sponsored school. And if approved, Loyola maintains its public affiliation with the Society of Jesus for the next 5 years. We do this every 5 years. We also are accredited by the Association of Independent Maryland Schools, and that process takes place every 10 years. So last year, let me say this too, there's a guiding document that we use. It's not like we just pull things out of the air of what makes a Jesuit school Jesuit. There's a document that the United States Jesuit Conference created, or Jesuit Schools Network created rather, it's benchmarks and standards. So that becomes our roadmap for, what are those things that the society measures. So last year, a visiting team, some came onto campus, others visited us virtually. I should note the first one, which was it was scheduled to take place a year before that, of course, during COVID. At that time, we couldn't do it, so we did it a year later. So I received word just over the weekend that we were approved, that we passed, that we are able to sort of maintain our Jesuit our association with the Society of Jesus for the next 5 years. There are 19 recommendations that came forth from that visit, which, we're open to growth. We tell the boys we need to be open to growth, part of what we do. So this is one of our ways as adults in the community to be open to growth. So we'll begin addressing those 19 recommendations this year. We have 5 years to sort of hit those marks. We will look to accomplish that much sooner than that. So I imagine at some point over the next few months, we will make perhaps a summary available to the community, just so you can get a sense of, what is this all about? What does this look like? But if anybody asks you, are we a Jesuit school? You can say that we still are. So, thanks again. Thanks for being here tonight. I appreciate everybody's time and everything that you will do for Loyola. Your partnership with us allows us to get so many great things done here on behalf of our Dons. So thanks very much.
Awesome. Thank you. Mr. Morani, if you don't mind, I rudely skipped over introducing our board. So I'm just going to do that before you give your principal's report. I'd like to welcome Jamie Stewart, our vice president. Sina Cook sends her best, her ex officio. She's at an admissions fair with her new hat. Aileen Eskelson is our treasurer. Tina Bagnett is our secretary. Tara DeCapiti, our volunteer coordinator. And Chantel, we're all so grateful for your help. Thank you, Chantel. Okay, Mr. Day, thank you so much for coming and welcoming us all. And now, Mr. Rania, I'm turning it over to you for your principal's report. Thank you.
Thank you, Molly. And I'd like to just pick up where Mr. Day where it left off with that sponsorship agreement and being part of this larger network of Jesuit schools, which is really exciting. And just it's interesting to go to BC High or to St. Joe's Prep and hear about students getting JUG or students going on Kairos, and knowing that the special work that we do here is special work in this network around the country. It's also a special network around the world. And I worked at a Jesuit school in the Philippines for 9 years, and we started every year with the Mass of the Holy Spirit. And it was a special Mass, one that wasn't held indoors, it was held outdoors. And so to come back to Loyola and to start the school year with the Mass of the Holy Spirit outdoors was a really neat thing. And so just for my report, I'd like to walk through many of the items that are on our calendar, which you can view on the school calendar, but I'd just like to highlight some of the significance to those items. And that first one is the Mass of the Holy Spirit, which is tomorrow. I would just like to remind parents here, we did tell all of your sons that they are sitting outside on the ground. And we have told them on a number of occasions to bring a towel or bring something to sit on. So that would be one very good reminder tonight is, do you have your towel for tomorrow's Mass? And they'll look at you and say, what towel are you on? We had the middle school upper walkthrough last night. We have the upper school walkthrough on Tuesday, next week, Tuesday. For new parents, that's the back to school night, and you get to walk through your son's schedule and meet all of his teachers and see what it's like to go across campus with 5-minute change in time when a teacher lets you out a minute late. But it's all good fun to get to see your teachers, your son's teachers, and get to know them a little bit as well. Next week on Wednesday, we have our student activities fair. And so sometimes one of the things that comes up is, how do I get my son involved? And how does he know what's supposed to happen? And to be honest, it's on the website. It's right over the announcements. It's in their on-campus pages. Their classroom reps are talking about it. Their homeroom reps are talking about it. But if they want to go one place and see all the clubs and activities that are available next week, Wednesday, during the day, they shouldn't be able to miss it because it's right out here in this walkway between Knott and Wheeler or Burke. They will see it. All of the students will be out. The club representatives and the moderators will be talking about their clubs. And again, I say they shouldn't miss it, but then there are times when students kind of are just looking down at the ground all along and are oblivious to all kinds of things. So it will happen on that Wednesday, the 22nd. On Tuesday, the 28th, and Thursday, the 29th, just for juniors here, we're bringing back field trips. And so just a heads up there. It's a dual trip, so they spend one day at the seminary right? And they have a broader conversation about vocation. What is it we're called to, right? So whether that word seminary instills either hope or panic in you, that's a different story. But it's a question of asking that question. All right, you're a junior now. What does the future hold for you? Where do you see yourself headed? Beyond college, beyond the scores. That's what that day is about. So please feel free to ask them about that. All of our juniors are also taking either U.S. history or government. Most of them are taking government. And so the other day when they're not at the seminary, they're taking a trip down to Washington, D.C. And seeing museums and monuments. And so just an interesting conversation piece that you might want to have with juniors next week on the 28th. I'm sorry, 2 weeks from now. On Wednesday, the 29th, there's a freshman parent roadmap meeting. I encourage parents of freshmen to attend. The counselors talk a little bit about what to expect of a freshman developmentally and psychologically. Dr. Smart will talk about what happens academically, what courses should he be thinking about. I know he just started this set of courses, but what does the future hold? And then Laura McCormick will talk about the freshman retreat. I know she announced it at the new parent evening earlier a couple weeks ago, but she gets into more detail there, which is informational. We have our parent conferences on October 8th, which will remain virtual. We've received very positive feedback about that, just in terms of people being able to dial in from work, and more importantly, not have to contend with parking here for that day. So that will be on the 8th. The sign up for that will be on September 30th. So when you see the conference sign up site opening, that's what that means. There'll be a sophomore student parent college meeting on Thursday 7th, and our college counselors then have an opportunity to really speak with you and the students in a formal way for the first time. That takes us up almost to our next meeting, which is on Wednesday the 13th. Just a FYI, that is our PSAT day. And so we remind students that even though they may be taking the SAT down the road, to take that day seriously, to get a good night's sleep. No, they're not getting a grade for it. No, it doesn't necessarily count for college, but it's a great preparation. So we ask them to get into that habit, get into that routine of preparing that night before. All right. This happens after our next meeting. It's on Thursday the 14th, but I do just want to bring it up. That's the last day for students to add or drop classes. We ask them to hold on that until this week, give themselves a week or two to get a sense of what their classes are like. Starting tomorrow, if they have requests, they can go to Mrs. Skinner and ask if they want to add or drop or change a level of the course. And that will go all the way up until October 14th. That's very late, far later than most schools, and a little bit later than we normally do. And that's just because we know that students are coming from different perspectives last year, different levels of learning. We want to give them a little bit more time to see where their courses are and a little bit more time to adjust. But October 14th is that last add date. And that's all I have.
Circling back to what did you call it? Back to school night. I have a senior and a sophomore, but I got an email saying only one parent was allowed to come on campus. Can we split and my husband go one way and I go another way?
Yes, of course. Yes. Yeah.
Okay. I just want to make sure.
One parent per student. That's right. Yeah. All right. Thank you. Mr. Harris.
All right, thanks a lot, Ms. Morano. Being the third of speaking tonight, there is some communications there. So bear with me. First of all, I just want to thank all of our middle school families again for taking the time over last night, our orientations. We've had the pleasure of welcoming 236 middle school families. 97 of them are brand new to our school altogether. So with your help, with our students' help, with our teachers' help, having to start being day 7, it seems like we're weeks in here because of all the extra time we spent on campus. Our 6th graders are learning the ins and outs of the building. I said to a couple of parents last night that even day to day, it's a new day for them every day. So trying to work on that routine, trying to talk to them. Yesterday was a B-day, they're trying to get to lunch and bring their gym bag. Little things like that. I encourage all of our parents to have conversations in the car on the ride in this morning. What's your day look like? Even as a parent this morning, I said, what's your day look like? And having periods yesterday, couldn't remember the schedule. It helps me have a conversation with them. So our 6th graders really are getting into the groove. Our 7th and 8th graders are experiencing sports for the first time. Our 7th graders or 6th graders last year didn't have the opportunity to do sports. Our 8th graders, who were 6th graders 2 years ago, didn't have the opportunity to do winter or spring sports. Sports tryout started this week. They're really going for it. Our 7th and 8th graders are trying out for soccer, have to jump on a bus, get changed in the bathroom. They were running down St. Mary's Hall with their cleats, and I was like, don't wear cleats in the building.
Yeah.
So little things like that. They're trying to work their team. You've got football, you have water polo, you have cross country. We know that there are going to be some cuts coming up, and we're trying to talk to them about what does that look like for you. You know, if you get cut from something, there's something out there for everybody, and that kind of touches on what we talk about for next Tuesday, that activities fair. There's an opportunity for everybody to get involved. Even our 6th graders, we will take them during recess and walk them through the activities fair. 7th grade, we will take them for recess and walk them through the activities fair. 8th graders, and that's where I talked about a little bit for our 8th graders are really getting into a routine about learning independence and looking at their schedule and when is my free time. And you see them kind of wandering about, not really knowing what to do. And so we're working with them on about looking at their schedule. Are you an AM leader or are you a PM leader? What does that look like for you? Mr. Day mentioned Adirondack chairs. On the north side of St. Ignatius Hall, we now have a designated spot for our 8th graders. We have 40 Adirondack chairs. It's out on the blacktop, and it's for them only. Just if you have a free period, go out there, sit down, chill out. It's been a little warm lately. They prefer to be in the air conditioner, I get it. But as the weather breaks a little bit, they know that they have a designated spot to go to. Go buy your lunch, come back, hang out. You've got, you know, familiar faces around you. Just like Mr. Maranya, I'm going to kind of run through some dates that we have coming up. All 3 of our grade levels will have retreats between now and I think the next Mother's Club meeting. So on Monday is our 8th grade retreat to Genesee Valley. That is a rescheduled retreat from orientation week with some bad weather that came through. I think it was in the parent weekly reminders. There's a board bus. Come here at 8:30, casual clothes, pack lunch, look at the weather, be prepared, and then we'll be back by 4. If they're trying out for a sport, coaches have been notified that there are no tryouts for 8th graders on Monday, just because it's a long day for us to Genesee Valley. And by the time we get back on the bus, sports tryouts will be over and our upper class squads will already be in the fields. The 22nd is that activities fair that we spoke about. The 24th, next Friday, is our 6th grade retreat. That is an amazing day for our 6th graders because it's run by our upperclassmen. It's their first time they really get to experience our juniors, some sophomores, some seniors, to get involved, to kind of work with them, to see what does it look like in your journey here over the course of the next 7 years. It's a casual day on campus. They start regular time. And I did mention last night to some of our 6th graders, that they will finish at 2:30 for Fridays. I pick up at 2:30. If they have a carpool, siblings, don't worry, they can hang out. But if it's just a 6th grader or they're in the 6th grade carpool, they will be dismissed behind Sheridan Hall at 2:30 on Friday. 2 weeks from this Friday is our first middle school spirit afternoon. It's our home football game against St. Paul's. But our 6th graders will be, all of our middle schools will be invited to hang out after school, chicken and cheers, basically Chick-fil-A, get spirit, make some posters, and attend the varsity football game. We will send out sign-up just so we know who's coming, how much food we need to order, and for them to communicate with you all about pickup. So we will get them to the game, we will get them in the stands, but have a plan with them about when you're picking up, knowing that there are a lot of after-school activities and not everybody can stay to the end of the game. Parent teachers conferences we already covered, the SAT we already covered, and then 7th grade retreat is, I think, is the day of the next Mother's Club meeting, which is the 28th, and that is a on-campus retreat. It's a joint day retreat with St. Ignatius from downtown. They come out here, we spend the day with them. We used to say it was the second time we got to know them, but we no longer go to the Carmelite Monastery. The nuns no longer want us there breaking their views. But so it's the first interaction that our 7th graders will have with St. Ignatius, and then they continue that 8th grade through a spirit day at the end of the year. Hopefully we can have that this year. And the only other thing would be on the books is Friday, November the 5th, which is a middle school drop-in. You know, we talk about mixer. We just don't know what that looks like right now, but we have space reserved, whether it's just all of our middle school boys or what we can do, we don't know. But Friday, November the 5th will be that first evening event for our middle school. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. O'Hara. And can I clarify the chicken and football event is October 1st?
Friday, October the 1st.
Okay, thank
We
you.
were looking at next week, but it's all middle schools can come on the 1st.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank
We
you.
really appreciate you 3. You spend so much time here. We're grateful that you gave us a little bit of your time tonight. So
Sure.
thank
Thanks
you.
for the invitation.
Yeah.
See you, everybody.
All right, take care. Okay, gang. we're going to proceed with our full agenda. Our Director of Ignatian Service, Mrs. Sespaniak, unfortunately had car trouble, so she really sends her regrets. She is going to follow up in the e-weekly and on our Facebook page and posting her awesome Christian service guidelines. So she's been working with our class reps throughout the summer to streamline how we serve together, both with our classes and with Mothers for Others, which brings me to, I know it's a back to school night for a lot of folks, and Sylvia Sakalos is one of those folks. She is our new chair of Mothers for Others. And Mothers for Others took a pause last year because we couldn't really volunteer together in person. And we're excited to bring it back this year. So Sylvia has already hit the ground running fast with our first service trip Friday, September 24th at First Fruits Farm, which is perfect. It's outside. Hopefully it'll be beautiful. It'll be 9 to 11:30. It's not too far from this campus if you are unfamiliar. And it was in the e-weekly today with Sylvia's email. If you're interested in attending, you can shoot Sylvia an email. So I'm going to move forward with the president's report. And first, I would like to request approval of our June minutes. May I have a motion to approve? Thank you. A second?
Second.
Just because this is new for me, I'm just going to bang this gavel. Okay, motion approved. Thank you. So in case if you ever miss a meeting, FYI, we're transitioning to putting all of our meeting minutes on our Mothers Club website. So that's after the login. You can look at your groups, and for instance, mine say 8th grade parents, 10th grade parents, Mothers Club. So in that drop down, it'll take you to our Mothers Club webpage. We have a lot of important resources there, which I'll mention in a minute, and that's where our minutes will be going forward if you ever miss a meeting and are curious. So I'm so pumped by how many people came to the new parents welcome. 132 people, which was epic because if everybody could mute, I'd be grateful. And for those in person, if you could silence your cell phones, that would be awesome too. Thank you. But I hope you all found it fun and informative of those who came. And I was just so excited to see such an enthusiastic turnout. Okay, a few housekeeping items. So class reps, each class has 2 class reps. Jamie will be introducing them shortly, and they will post a lot of your class happenings on your class pages, which are found after login on campus. And they will also send you messages through the on-campus portal. If you prefer, you can be alerted via email or text message when you've received the on-campus message. That's what I do personally, and it does prompt me to stay informed. You can turn your notifications on by logging in, hitting the drop down by your name, going to settings, and then your notifications. FYI, when you are using the messaging system, you do reply to all. There is no option to simply reply to the originator of the message. And there are also faculty liaisons and administrators on the rosters of our groups. So resist the urge to reply to all. You can always email your class reps at the LB Mothers 2024, for example, email address. The e-weekly, as somebody told me when my oldest started 6th grade, it is your Bible. Comes out every Wednesday. It is in super tiny font, and there's nothing we can do about that. So I highly recommend opening it from your computer at some point in the week, even if it's not Wednesday. When in doubt, the answer is generally in the e-weekly. You can also click from the e-weekly to your login prompt on the school website, and that'll take you right to your class page. There's no way to skip the login step, I'm sorry. Our Mothers Club documents. So they're all online, and they are kind of always updated and revised. There've already been some changes made to our volunteer directory and our calendar events, which by the way is printed in case you would like to take one. And that's current as of today. So, just check back as we continue to be flexible throughout this year. Another plug for our little Facebook group. Yes, we have plenty of dads. If you personally are not on Facebook yourself, that is fine. It's a great way to stay informed. It's a real lifeline. Little PSA, there is a search bar at the top. So you could type in calendar and you could see about 15 posts that Rob Robinson has patiently answered regarding the calendar. So that's just a fun little hack. And it's a great way to stay connected and involved. And met somebody tonight that I'd always seen on the Facebook page, and so it was great to meet her in real life. So in a few moments, our volunteer coordinator, Tara DeCapiti, will be talking about our sign up genius for the volunteer positions. You'll see descriptions on the sign up, and as the year progresses, you'll see specific sign up geniuses for instance, the campus decorating, the harvest potluck, the Mothers for Others, etc. We have trips to the grotto, we have adopt a family or Super Bowl lunch, and all of those larger committees will have certain specific sign up geniuses. We will be working closely with Laura McCormick, our Director of Campus Ministry, as they develop plans for the retreats in Kairos. So we appreciate your patience and support as we navigate the school year together. The admissions office would like me to remind everybody that if you would like to search for a carpool, they're getting a lot of questions about this. The online directory is available on campus as well. And you can, as Jamie has answered on the Facebook group a couple of times, you can type in your zip code and find other families that live near you. So that's a great way to look into carpools. Okay, that's it from me. I'd like to welcome Aileen to give a few treasurer tips and tidbits.
Hello, again, I'm Aileen Eskildson, and I'm the treasurer this year for the Mothers Club, and it is so wonderful to see all these faces and for us to be together. I wanted to just share a couple reminders in working with me this year. If through your committee work, you are making purchases on behalf of the Mothers Club and need to request a reimbursement, as Molly was talking about on our on-campus page, there is a section that has documents, and there is a form to fill out for the reimbursements where you can also attach the original copies of your receipt. You can scan that form along with the receipts to me, or you can reach out and I can meet you on campus at drop off, whatever is convenient. Once I get your form, I will process it with the business office and they will mail the reimbursement check to the address that's on that form. So just make sure that you're putting the right address that you want the check, because it will not come to me, it will go directly to you. If you are collecting checks with regards to your committee, maybe it's for the fashion show or other events that we have throughout the year, all of those checks need to come through me to be deposited. And once again, there's a form where Molly was talking about on the website to fill out a log, and then you will need to reach out to me so we can physically connect, so I can get the checks from you and make sure that they're properly deposited. One thing about the reimbursement for any purchases that you make, but Loyola Blakefield is a nonprofit and we are exempt from paying sales tax. So if you are making purchases, there is also another form or a sales tax exempt form that's on the Mothers Club website that you would need to show at the time of your purchase. The school will not reimburse for sales tax. So even if you were rushing, you went and purchased it and you just accidentally didn't have the exemption form, I'm sorry, but you will not be reimbursed for the sales tax. So think and plan ahead to make sure you grab that document and are able to show it at the time you're making the purchases. I'm here to help. I'm here to make your life as easy as possible. You guys are doing wonderful work on behalf of the club, and any questions, please reach out and we'll work through it. Yes.
If you are making an online purchase, can you enter in that code for the sales tax, or is it just for purchases that are made live?
You know what? That is a great question, and I am not sure I know the answer.
Anne Marie, oh, say that again, sorry.
You can enter it in, like you are, like for the Christmas, the family, adopted family. If you went to Walmart's website to add something, there's a line there that if you add it in, it's a code.
Okay, thank you, EJ. Great. Yeah.
Yep.
Monica.
I can't tell who anyone is in these maps.
I know,
It's
right?
like, hi, Monica.
If we are getting donations through Venmo, like for the baskets or something like that, how is that?
For you to then purchase.
Right.
So I think that you're handling that throughout the class. So you're probably collecting that money on the anticipation that you're then going to purchase goods on behalf. But if something happens, it's truly just going to be a donation to the Mothers Club. Give me a call and we can work that out. Because the Mothers Club has access to a Venmo account. I think for our creative fundraising, we have a Loyola Venmo that if it is coming right to the Mothers Club, not to the class moms to purchase on behalf of that parent, I'll be happy to share the Loyola Venmo account, and then it comes directly to us. That was a great question, Monica.
However, just to add, Monica, when I was a rep, I would receive Venmos to my personal account to purchase fashion show baskets And then I would just show the store I was in, the tax, and everybody didn't sweat it that I might have shorted them 7 cents or whatever, so it's tricky,
Okay.
but you're smart, so I know you've got it. Yeah. Is there another treasurer question for Aileen?
Similar question. We, for the 7th grade class baskets, we also set up an Amazon wish list registry so people could just donate that way.
Smart.
Is it appropriate to direct people to enter Loyola's sales tax exempt ID there, or is that just considered kind of the personal Venmo?
I think that's a personal gift that
That's
maybe
fine.
they are creating it as a donation for them
Yeah.
personally, but this would be purchases that are made on behalf
On
of the
behalf of
club.
others club?
Yeah.
That's fine. I
Yep.
just want to make
No,
sure.
no, it's
Yeah.
a good question.
We
Yeah.
didn't use it.
Mhm.
EJ,
How are you handling in-kind donation? Like if you had someone to do an in-kind donation for.
that would have to be worked through the school if you want to get a receipt for you to be able to claim it on your own personal donation. So that
or
would
if
be
you were
something.
asked, like a hotel or something for a stay, they do that, or like a liquor store. Like, is that going to the development office or is that going to be the CFO receive that vendor to receive like in-kind donation by their school for their tax purposes?
I would assume that's going through the school to be able to put something on letterhead to document what they provided and what it was for.
So when I would make those requests, I would say, we are a nonprofit and this gift would be tax exempt. And then when they confirmed, yes, I'll give XYZ, I would copy Suyan Shishin. I'm still not getting it right, but she's our CFO. And then that way Sue's in the loop to be able to provide them a receipt for their gift. Chantel, thank you.
That should probably most likely go through the development office as well. So copying Sue is great, but I think it also should go through admin's office because they're the ones that would generate the in-kind thing.
Okay, awesome.
Copy the development.
Thanks, Chantel. Okay,
Any other treasurer questions? Happy to reach out online, and I'll meet you anywhere to pick up checks or receipts. So looking forward to working with everyone.
awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Aileen. Aileen is gonna keep us in the green.
Let's hope.
And I love it. Okay, next I'm gonna turn it over to Tara to talk about our volunteer coordination. Tara is so undersold because she manages so much and she's so excited about all of you that want to get involved. So thank you, Tara.
Everybody manages a lot.
Mhm.
Yes. I don't really have a whole lot except to say thank you for all the enthusiasm and the excitement that people are showing already. I think it's fantastic. I have received a second wave of signups because the Sign Up Genius went into the e-weekly. And so those people will be added to the spreadsheets that were sent initially. So if you haven't heard yet and you signed up, within the last few days or the last, week or so, you'll hear soon enough. So just thank you so much for being patient. And again, there are still committees that are super excited to bring on volunteers, like the DEI committee. So there's still a lot of ways that we're going to be involving everybody. But again, like Aileen said, please reach out. I've had some people reach out. Some of the sign up stuff goes to my junk mail. So just, if you don't hear from me, keep reaching out. I promise we will find a space for you. Thanks.
Awesome.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Tara. Okay, Mary Smith. She is here to get us all excited about our harvest potluck. Take it away, Mary.
Harvest potluck is October 28th at 6 o'clock.
Do you want to stand up, Mary, just so everybody could see you? I know you don't want to. I know you don't want to. I'm sorry. Yeah, okay, okay. Yeah, maybe here, why don't you come down and you can either use some, yeah, you can, that's good. Yeah, Eileen.
Game show.
I know, it is like a game show. It is. Yeah,
Everyone hear me?
yes.
Okay, so this year, Harvest Potluck is gonna look a little different than it ever has. Karen and Jenna, I want to thank you and Molly for all their help trying to figure this out. Because of COVID, we're gonna split it up. So we're gonna start with potluck being outside, there's a tent in front of Not Hall. And there'll be Adirondack chairs and tables, and it's gonna be very casual this year. And then we're going to go into Loyola. It's a mask policy. You have to have a mask on for our speaker, and I'll give you who that is in a second. Another thing that has changed this year is it's a reservation only. And it's only for Loyola parents and lambs. So you're not allowed to bring guests unless they're a lamb or a parent. And that's because of COVID. And we definitely need an RSVP. You just can't come that night like you could in the past. It's not a drop-in. So our speaker this year is Dr. Jason Goldstein. He's a top doc. He's Hopkins pediatrician. And this is the title of our talk. It's to be a man for others. You must take care of yourself first. A discussion of mental well-being for adolescent boys and young men. So we're really excited about this topic. And then I'm not sure I'm saying his name right. Is it Mr. Prod? Is it Prod? Prody? Someone from their department will also follow up after the talk about Loyola's role in mental health, the services they provide, and how it all links in. Now, we're not sure how we're going to do this yet, but we might do a survey monkey where everyone's questions can be anonymous, or what you might like to talk about that evening. We only have 30 minutes to talk about really important things. So Jennifer and Karen and I will talk about Goldstein after we get our topics, and then we'll present them. So, anybody have any questions?
Janice. Mhm.
Hi, Mary.
Hi. Hi. Hello.
So is there an app of how many people?
There might be,
Okay.
right? We don't know yet, depending on, do we have a number?
Probably 200, I would say. And that's based on the capacity of the dining hall.
Right.
Okay, thank you.
So when you get that sign up, genius, or the RSVP, jump on it. Thank you.
It's Thursday, 10/28, 6 o'clock. And we have our, for anyone who signed up, we have we already made a meeting. So are you going to be adding names to that, Sarah? Because we'll have to add it. We already sent that email out, so I guess we'll have to.
Yeah, no worries. I just printed out an updated spreadsheet
Okay.
today. There was a few that signed up today. So I'll send it to you.
Okay, thank you.
Hey, Mary, so when does so the potluck starts at 6? Is the speaker going on at 7? Is that the
6 to 7, yeah.
Okay.
That's what I'm told.
Okay.
And then hopefully from 7 to 7:30, and then we'll just be a couple minutes. They don't want to be a speaker per se. And it's not going to be a speaker, it's going to be a discussion. So we're going to be asking him questions and he's going to be answering. So he's not going to be standing up there talking about mental health. So I think it's going to be really great.
Sounds great.
Right.
It is gonna be great.
You think
Wait.
you're gonna put that online so that people, families who can attend, maybe can watch the speaker?
We probably could. Yeah, that's a great.
What do you think, Chantel? I mean, we're trying it tonight. This is a test for, we definitely would love
I think it'd
to.
be great. The more information out there, the better. So I'm sure we can like get in there for those who put out
Yeah.
or people are high risk and really don't want to be inside. You know, we definitely would. Yeah, I will talk about that.
Janice has another question there.
I mean, I love my husband, but is this just for moms?
It is.
Lambs? Okay, I just wanted to.
No,
I
no,
just
no.
had.
Yep.
I don't know what question. Because they can't go to the bull room. So I'm just.
Right, true. We can't go to that bull roast. You're right. Right. And this has traditionally been the Mother's Club Harvest Potluck. And I would just piggyback up, Mary, you may have said this, I might have missed it, but the fellowship and the potluck portion will be 6 to 7 outside, and then we will go inside tonight for the panel. Yeah, you might have, yeah. Kimberly.
I heard, you said lambs and current moms. Yeah, we have more than, from what you all said, 100 plus moms here, which doesn't really, we have more than 200 moms here. Would there be some kind of, if, like, Loyola moms that are currently going here, will they be able to go before, say, somebody that signed up themselves and another lamb? As would moms, current moms have first dibs at coming to this before lambs do?
Well, so we rephrase because in the past, Kim, people have brought like their mother, their sister, their neighbor. So that's how we're tailoring it right now. We're continuing to evolve and consider things, and we're very open-minded. So thank you for giving something else to consider.
I just don't want to see a current mom not be able to go, because I know how amazing the potlucks are.
It is,
And then not taking it away from lambs, but.
I hear you. Yep.
It's a, you know, a subtle dance we have to play.
Are you listening, Hope Grunzer and Jen Wright? Chantel?
I just think on these new moms to Loyola just made a point. Some of you may not know what a lamb is.
Thank you. Yes.
So a lamb is an alumni mom. just in case.
Loyola alumni mother.
Loyola alumni
Yes.
mom. So if you have not heard that term before, that's what a lamb is. And you're probably thinking zoo animals.
Yeah, right. Right. Janice?
I'll just add one thing to piggyback on your concern. In the past, I think in the past, like 3 years, we've had a total of when it was open to drop-ins and everybody inviting their neighbors, I think on average, we would have 200 people that would show up. It is a very.
The average is generally around 175 of who actually comes, and that's with mothers and sisters and friends. So we're optimistic it's gonna shake out, but I appreciate that note just
I
to,
just remember, what was it, pre-COVID, and this was obviously the potluck and the New York trip are two different things.
sure,
We had to add an extra bus because
right,
so many moms wanted to go.
right.
I just didn't want to have, make sure that nobody was left out current year that has a son here.
Right.
As opposed to somebody who's already been through it, and not to take away from it,
I
their
gotcha.
contribution, but.
I gotcha. Thank you. We will keep it under close watch. Okay, we're gonna move on. Thank you, Mary. That was great. I think it's an awesome topic, and I can already tell, super excited about it. So we're moving on to our fashion show, which is back in person. And Diane Betcher is one of our co-chairs and Katie Kuhn is the other, and Katie's gonna get us excited about the fashion show.
Yeah, hi, everybody, and raise your hand, Diane. So Diane and I are the co-chairs of the fashion show this year. We're really excited. It's in person, and it's November 14th. It's gonna run from 11 to 4. Registration is opening soon. We're gonna start with the early registration. So remember that the fashion show is a way to honor the senior moms. So registration is gonna open to senior moms first, and that's gonna take place on Monday, the 20th, and then on the 27th, we'll open to the whole community. So all models at this point have been invited, and we have 15 confirmed who are gonna be in it, so 15 senior moms. Currently, we're asking for donations of cake plates, because we have a bake table for anybody who's been there before. We have a bake table and we sell baked goods. So right now, we're trying to collect cake plates, and then we will reach out and ask for baked goods as well as we move forward. I have a couple of people here who are on committees. Allie Preisig is the big table. She's not here, but Marcel is here and Anne Marie. So if you guys want to take just a second to talk about what you're looking for, your portion, I know Anne Marie's very much with yours, right? So if you guys can just for a minute.
So I'm Marcella Ryan, and I'm in charge of the swag bags this year, fashion show. We have secured the actual bags, which are showcased by a Loyola mom who owns Buxton for retail. She's generously going, I don't know if Caitlin's here.
I haven't seen her yet.
Thank you, Maya, for the lead on that. And she's going to donate the bags. So we're looking for stores, vendors, businesses. If anyone has any connection to anyone who wants to promote their business, whether it's a coupon, or a discount shopping, or they like a doctor's office, they give away hand sanitizer, chapstick, anything like that. You can reach out to me. It's in the Parent Weekly. I think it's on the Mother's Club page, Marcella Bryan, and I'd be happy to talk to you about it.
Awesome. Thank you. Anne Marie.
And I am in charge of the grand raffle with Karen Lake. Karen couldn't be here this evening. We're currently soliciting a lot of grand prizes. And in the current climate, the last time we were able to have a grand raffle was 2019. It was before COVID. A lot of the prizes were kind of centered around travel and health stays. And unfortunately, that industry has really struggled themselves. So we're kind of taking a slightly different approach to the grand raffle, in that we're trying to target a lot of local businesses. We have gotten secured a lot of tickets to the Ravens games. So the Ravens very well covered. If you have any connections to any fantastic events or, opportunities in the area, any local vendors, please get in contact with Karen Lane or myself. Because we would love an opportunity to explore that with some of them.
Great, thank you. And Julie, you want to talk about baskets real quick? Julie and Kelly.
Julie Springer, Kelly Cook. We are virgin moms to the baskets. Senior mom over here. So we are asking for moms that do not know about the fashion shows. There's gift baskets, raffles if you buy tickets to the fashion show. To win some amazing baskets. I mean, they are unbelievable. So we're in the process now of asking for everybody's help on donating baskets, items, cash, donations. All of the class reps, you should have received an email from Danielle Sperzioni asking you to start working with your classes, to start with your theme, collecting items. It's been recommended that if you're social, your first get together, that you ask everybody to bring those items. Make the list and ask people what to bring. Otherwise, you're going to get 20 or something. You all come up with the themes, put them together. We put the bins in the visitor center tonight. They'll be in there, so when you get things from your classes, go ahead and just drop them in the bin. Kelly and I will be checking them daily and taking them up to mother's club closets. Baskets also, containers, vessels that we think are really cute for baskets and themes. Anything, we're taking donations. Working with Jamie and Rob Robinson about getting this out on the Facebook page. There's a flyer up on the front if you're looking for the basket themes. We're gonna try to get this on the Facebook page so everybody can start looking at the themes. Everybody's creating some great ideas and things to donate. So any questions, reach out to us and look forward to all of your help. Thank you.
I have just one question. Did you say you're checking the bins?
Yes, well,
We don't have to check the bins.
well, we thought we did, and then.
The class reps should check the bins
Okay.
but then-
weekly and then take the donated items to the Mother's Club closet and then let Julie and Kelly know, like, hey, a good stash from 7th grade has gotten here. But Julie's good about checking it. So there may be times that Julie and Kelly have already checked it.
Right, so that's what I thought, and then Lori and I were talking about this.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know if everybody knows where that is. Back in there, that's why we usually have them just pick it up in the office, because otherwise they have to find the key.
Right.
You can mark the spots where.
Yes, thank you for doing that, Laurie. Laurie is past basket guru, and the class reps have been notified about the proper channels to go through doing that.
Just so they know where.
Yeah,
We want to get it locked up.
yep, absolutely. And that's why Julie and Kelly gave their self.
So we'll be checking them too, and then, if you have any questions or.
Yes, thank you. Thanks, Julie. Okay, we had one question. Question from up here. To the Mother's Club closet. And I can reiterate that with you as a rep offline, or Jamie can. The Mother's Club closet is where in Sean, right. Nope, just what you were told originally. Same thing. Okay, we're gonna move on in the interest of time, but thank you, fashion show. We're super excited to have the fashion show again. Thank you. Autumn Clifton, please tell us a little bit about Adopt a Family. We're looking forward to doing that again as well. And she's over there. You can do whatever suits you. Thanks, Aileen.
Hi, everyone. Autumn Clifton. I'm an 8th grader. I'm in charge of the Adopt a Family this year. We have 12 people on our committee. It's a big undertaking. We're just going to kind of, can I do without it?
You can. Oh.
Right. Okay. So backing up to Spaniac, and I met this morning, so I'm going to refer to my notes because I just don't have it memorized yet. Adopt a Family is going to be just like it was a few years ago. That's the way it was before COVID. We're going to do it all in one day and have the boys bring gifts to school and really be a part of it. Last year, kind of like, although they probably were involved, there was a lot of parent involvement. So this year, performing teachers will communicate to your son starting the week of November 3rd. Each homeroom will have a sign-up genius, and the boys will go in and select what they'd like to
to give. And then, let's see, starting from there on out, we'll be able to bring their donations to school, probably mostly on anchor days, but it'll just be easier for them because they'll be coming to homerooms first. And the last day for donations will be December 1st. That's the anchor day, right before adopted families. So we'll come back from Thanksgiving break and up to that Wednesday to get everything in. And then the adopted family date for everyone to make note of is going to be Tuesday, December 7th. Sometime in November, we'll also send out a sign-up PDF for moms to sign up. That's the two. And we'll need your help the day of. It'll be, we'll meet for fellowship right away in the morning. We'll have the boys start to bring gifts down, and then we'll go through them. Anything that needs to be wrapped, checked, triple checked, we'll add in cards, donations. So that day, everything will be checked in, and then also will be delivered to St. Gregory's. If you're not familiar, the church is just south of the Maryland Zoo. They just desperately need your help. We take care of, while we provide adopted families. We provide presents to accommodate about 100 families. But there are other schools, Capricorn participates, McDonald's is a big one also, and it's about 1,000 families that we're providing for. So it's a big thing. And I need all your help, so please sign up. Let me see this.
It's a great, one of the best things we do as a Mother's Club. Thank you so much, Autumn. Okay, I'm going to turn it over to Jamie, who's going to lead our class reps in their reports.
Hi, so, yes, so real quick, because I know we're running a little late. So I'll just turn it over to the 6th grade reps. Suzette and Jen, are you here to give a report?
You're like the producer on Ellen.
Run over to you.
I'm Suzette, this is Jen with the 6th grade reps, and going back to what Mr. O'Hare said earlier, we have a 6th grade retreat next Friday. So we're going to be asking parents of 6th graders to bring in some snacks and drinks for them to eat and drink for the day. Jen and I are also working on getting together the Fashion Week Show gift basket sign up sheet, so we see next sign up sheet come out shortly. And then last but not least, we are also looking at the adult socials. So we're trying to figure out the venue. So if anybody actually has any restaurants or anybody knows of anybody that we actually are calling some places, but if you actually own some place that you'd be willing to open up, just give us a call or send us an email and we'll be more than happy to talk to you about it. Thanks.
Thank you, Suzette.
Thanks. So I know CPP is done by a little family, and that's a great venue, and a lot of groups have had their party there. And what's it called?
The backyard, which used to be the Green Turtle in Towson, is where the sophomores just had our gathering, and it was an upper deck outside, so we had a good turnout because of that, I think.
If those are the 2 places that are on the list. So
Nice.
just in case anybody has something that.
Yeah, and if you want to talk offline, I have a lot of other
Okay.
suggestions for you. Dana and Kate, 7th grade.
Hi, so 7th grade has their first parent and mom social next Tuesday at Meadowwood Coffee. We are in planning for social at some place, same as 6th grade, we're trying to figure that out. We're working with Beth Ann on our service project, which is to make cards for all of the students that Ridge Buxton. So we're waiting on her to get the list of names so that we can plan that. Anything else? Oh, and then the class basket. Yes, we posted the invitation for donations on our class page. So please check that.
Thank you.
Rent seekers. Jen and Danielle, 8th grade.
So I feel like I'm saying the same things that everybody else just said, but we're working, we have a parent social that we're working on for October 15th. We are looking at trying to do something for the boys on the day that they have off on October 8th. And then we also have our sign up genius for our fashion show basket coming out tomorrow, hopefully. So more details to come, but those are the dates.
Thanks. Keith?
Yeah, there.
Hi, I'm Carrie. Hi, I'm Kate, for the freshman parents. So Father Savior graciously organized freshman meeting night. All the freshmen got together and did that. There's like 80 plus boys there, so it's all a great time. And to echo everyone, we're having planning parent social on Friday, October 8th. And there's baskets, sign up genius, and he's gonna be freshman parents until December 28th, 7 p.m. It's a freshman parent roadmap. For the
So Christy and Kathy, I don't think they're here, but they had a really good event, as Molly shared. So we'll move on to 11th grade Pam Monica.
Hi, I'm good to be here tonight. I'm Monica. So same thing as everybody else, you're gonna be getting a sign up genius in the next couple of days for the baskets. We do have a parent social scheduled for September 24th at Green Journal at 6 o'clock. Should be a lot of fun. Or, I'm sorry, I'm lying. CVP at 6 o'clock. So please come, it'll be fun. And we're currently working on mailing down some dates for volunteering at the Franciscan Center, which will take place in November. So we'll more information about that soon.
Awesome. So pass it right in front of you to Mimi.
Yes.
And EJ, their senior class.
Hi, I'm Mimi. EJ. Hi. So we're the senior reps, and what's happening with 22 is we have our first parent social this Saturday at 40 Vineyard, 6 to 9. 40 doesn't bring food, so we're gonna be setting up a sign genius. Ada L's gonna bring appetizers, and MC will be desserts.
That's awesome.
We're also going to be encouraging people to bring donations. Our basket theme is off to college, no surprise. And so we'll be sending out some information about that as well. If you want to buy the ticket online.
They can buy your own ticket. It's from 6 to 9. So if you go to the boarding website, you can buy your own ticket in advance. You can buy your ticket in advance and knowledge is given. And the other is our service contract. We currently have one right now for the USO baskets for returning service members. BWI will be doing that probably during the holiday season after our class baskets are filled.
Yeah, there's a link on the last page and everything else.
Great, thanks so much, class rep. So moving on is Jenny Nugent. Do you want me to pass the microphone to where's Jenny?
Hi, Jen. Just for the lamp. Thank you, Jamie. Jen is creative fundraising. Thank you.
Hi, good evening. I'm Jenny Nugent. I'm a new mother to Loyola. I'm a freshman. I'm on the creative fundraising committee with Jill King and Lauren Pasio. Couldn't be here tonight, but I'm here to talk about our most pressing fundraiser that we're doing right now, and that is the moms. I'm sure you all have seen the flyer. I did bring copies of the flyer tonight, and I added the Venmo QR code to it, and I did test, even though it looks really small on the page, it does work. So please order. The expiration is this Friday, and then the moms will be delivered on Thursday, October 7th from 2 to 6. You can pick them up. They're 8-inch pots, and they're $10 a piece. And so far, we've sold 213. I'd like to know the number by Friday, so please order. Thank you.
Moms with mums are back.
Also, this is a testament that you're a new mom, graduated like her, it's okay. Everybody's here to help you, so don't be shy and wait until you graduate.
Yes. Good, Jenny.
Next is Erica Hines. Feel like I'm on the
It is, yeah.
Good evening, ladies. My name is Erica Hines, and I am one of the co-chairs for the Fall and Holiday Decorating Committee. The other co-chair is Tiffany Brown. She actually might be virtual. Hi, Tiffany, if you're on. I am here to share the 2 major decorating events that take place here on campus. I don't know if any of the new moms have ever seen them on campus. I know it's probably because of COVID. No one really came around to see, but we did decorate last year. And in the fall, so it is October the 16th, is our fall decorating event. And that is where we decorate all the main entrances and several of the buildings. Their entrance in the front is about 10 different spots. So that event will take place on the 16th. A sign of genius will come out. I will say that it's usually, we don't need tons of volunteers because it's really quick. We're just putting out bales of hay, corn stalks, mums and pumpkins. Pretty quick and easy. Usually takes maybe 2 hours max. Usually it's about 15 volunteers, so I will send that out. The big event that I really need all hands on deck is the holiday, and that is the Saturday after Thanksgiving. I know it's not ideal, but it is a fun time. And that is November, mark the calendar, November 27th. That is usually like a 3, maybe 4-hour event. We go all out. If you guys have ever been on campus and seen all the decorating, the big tree in the cafeteria. We have, all the lamp posts will have swag for greenery. All the doors and all the entrances, for the most part, will have live green wreaths. So it's a big undertaking, and we will send out a sign of genius for that as well.
And dads and sons and siblings are all welcome.
Yes, the Fathers Club, they will help. They take care of all that outside stuff, which is great. And we just go around and make sure it's done properly. But they take the direction well, they man the whole bucket, like they love that. So we're there to kind of help guide them through that day, but it's a great sign. The boys will come out. We have them, those usually the seniors and juniors that have driver's license will drive around a little cart, and they really enjoy doing that. So I will, the first one is in October, so that will be coming out over the next week or 2. So, and please join us.
Thanks, Erica. Okay, Amanda Buckler, a little update from admissions.
They're making you work, Jamie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Amanda Buckler. My son Alex is in 8th grade here, and I'm working with Jennifer Bennett and Sue Lemansky on the admissions committee. I'm not sure if you're. So the admissions department has asked for the Mother's Club support in 3 initiatives this year, which is Gone for a Day, open house, and the welcome phone calls in February. So Gone for a Day is when boys come, prospective students come with their parents. They boys shadow. And when they're getting dropped off, there's like a parent reception. And so there are 26 of these dates. The first one's September 27th. And they have asked for 2 to 3 parents, can be mothers, fathers, to come to that coffee and conversation in the morning at 7:45 to 9 on each of those dates, just to talk to prospective parents, answer questions. So there is a sign up genius for that. The first one, like I said, is September 27th. If you're interested in doing that, I know that there were some people that had given Tara their name to do that, so you probably got it already, but it's also, the link is in the email. And then open house, we are going to need, that's on October 24th, and we are going to need a lot of volunteers to sort of like be stationed around and directing people to different areas. So I have the sign up genius ready for that, but I haven't sent it yet because I wanted to get the Gone for a Day stuff out, but within the next week that will also be coming out. And all of your support is much appreciated. And then when it comes to the welcome phone calls, that's in February after the acceptances go out, and we will be in touch about that.
Thanks, Amanda. Right next to you in that pretty coral top is Stacy Shaughness, one of the co-chairs for Post Prom.
Hi, I'm Stacy Shaughness. Terry Duvall and I are both co-chairing Post Prom this year. So our first kickoff meeting is going to be next Thursday, September 23rd. We have a lot of volunteers that have signed up, so more welcome, please. We need you. It's going to be at 7 p.m. in the NOD conference room. So we'll have more information after our first one next week.
Awesome. Thank you so much, ladies. Okay, home stretch, everyone. Hang in there. Jamie, please pick a number between 1 and 77. 13. Well, Cindy Birch, come on down. You got a prize. It does feel like a game show. It really does. Yeah. Okay, we're at 77 people here. I'm pumped. I'm so pumped. Thank you. And more virtually. So thank you for those of you who are joining us from your homes and phones. Okay, just to wrap it up, Sarah.
Are we doing the New York trip or not this year? Did we know?
There is going to be a fun gathering. It's probably not going to be on a bus to New York,
I didn't think so.
but we will report on that on the next meeting. Yep, thank you for asking. Okay. Oh, we have another question, sorry.
Yeah, just a question. Do we ever do anything with like Meals on Wheels, or do we do anything where we have moms that can like make meals and drop it off, or places that we can take things? I mean, I don't get totally involved, but something like that I could do.
Yes, thank you.
I just didn't know if that was something.
I will put you in touch with Sylvia, our Mothers for Others chairperson, because that's a great idea.
And we have done casseroles in it.
Yeah.
Before, pre-COVID, there was like. Our kids are gathering them like every day.
Yes,
Yeah.
and then it evolved to somebody actually collecting them at their home, which is near campus. So that's
I just did it.
great ideas. Yeah, no, thank you. Find me after the meeting. I am remiss that we skipped our awesome Lamb reps, Hope and Jen. Thank you for joining us. Did you have anything to add? Welcome back, gals. Oh, it's Donna. Honestly, in the hat and mask, I couldn't tell if you were Donna or Jen. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Donna.
So we had a really fun gathering this summer at Riley's. We were supporting Mark Sukaleski, who's a Donna class of 2018, and that was great. It was outside. It was a really beautiful venue. So we talked about just hoping things would happen in the fall. So now that we've gotten word, Jen and I, Danielle Sorensen, I'll email you about basket theme. You know, when we figure that out and figure when it's due, and we'll have something in October to collect stuff. So that's
I'm sorry I forgot you.
Yeah, it's my
Not doing
bad.
that. First
Yeah.
time.
Hope, past president. I'm sorry, Hope. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Newbie, rookie. Okay, Sarah Phillips is our chair of spiritual development, and she cannot be here. So she is back to school night like so many people. So I'm going to lead us in a closing prayer. Before I say that, our next meeting is October 13th at 7 p.m. I really shot to keep it consistent with Wednesdays, everyone. And after the first of the year, everything just gets wonky. So bear with us.
For the class of 2022 moms, I've been asked about Donna King's daughter's memorial, and it's going to be on October 9th at Cromwell Bridge Park. They'll be donating gazebo sometime in the morning, I think it's 10:30 or 11, but we'll have more information on that. So.
Thank you. You share, can you?
Plus page.
Yep.
Yeah, no, but they asked and they want.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. And explain real quick who that person, how they are connected to Loyola.
Anthony King is class of 2022. Paul King is class of 84, thank you. And Marlene, their daughter was lost during COVID to domestic violence abuse. She was murdered in Virginia. So Anthony is a senior this year, and her other daughter is a freshman at NGP. So we were able to all get together, and actually Paul's dad's also a Loyola graduate, so they're a long-time Loyola Don family. So we finally were able to get to use in space and stuff. So,
Thank you for sharing that. And
it was shared at NGP, so she asked me to share it.
oh, very good. Yeah. Thank you so much for rising up to support that family too. It's an important year for them. Okay, in closing, Heavenly Father, we thank you for the time together this evening. We're thankful for the opportunity to gather and to be in community. I pray for each person here and the family she represents, for health and stamina for our sons, teachers, and staff at the start of new school year. Please cover us in safety until we can meet again. And as we go from this place, may we use the energy we have gained from our time together to better love and serve the people around us. Now may the Lord of peace himself give you his peace at all times and in every situation. The Lord be with you all. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you all.
Hit that
Good
gavel.
job.
Your gavel.
Oh, bam. Thank you. By the way, Sarah wrote that.